I think I'm starting to evaluate a lot of things in my life, and the chase is always something I've been proud of. Like I'm just built like I have to be chasing something at all times, and with the full knowledge of I'll never obtain what I want, and who knows what will happen in the future. I love building businesses. I love helping people build their businesses and acquire the things that they want. It's the greatest joy in my life.
Wait, when you say retire, like if you mean like I could
retire,
not have to wake up and go to work every day, but I would be doing something else. It's like building the cabin or I would be doing something else, because what I know is that when the body doesn't move, it rots away.
Work. That's what.
So you've got to move. You don't have to overexert yourself, but get out there and do something. Mow the lawn. Build something.
When you love your job, and when you're like me and you have your own businesses, right, and you love your jobs, nothing really seems like work. Clock is rolling. What up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Talk Our Podcast. We are live right now. We are live. You know what? I'm sick of lying to everybody. We actually are not live. We pre-record.
We are live.
I mean, we're living in the moment.
Yes.
So in this moment, which is not your moment, it's our moment. We're live.
I feel like these are details. They really don't. We're live.
We're live. What's up, everybody? We love you.
You can interact with us. Just comment down below. We'll respond at some point.
I'm so sick of you guys not commenting. I know that we talk about enough on here for you guys to have some back and forth with us. I know we probably pee off a lot of you, and maybe some of you agree with us. Thank God, because we're right.
Sure I got my first podcast hater.
Oh, yeah?
Someone is sending me random text messages from a burner phone, and the first text message was, "Is this Brian?" And I'm like, "Who is this?" Well, that depends. Is it Brian? I'm like, well, I'm not going to carry on a conversation if I don't know who I'm talking to. And then I got I'm getting a kick out of it. So if you're out there, whatever I said,
keep it coming. We love you.
Yeah.
We love you regardless.
You can text me some more. I still won't respond.
You're an a-hole, and we love you because we are too, and we get it. We understand it, guys. Yep. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Talk Hard Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I want you all. We need
to apologize.
Not yet. We've come to a moment in Talk Hard Podcast. We have recently today have over 1,000 subscribers. Boom, baby. No.
By the time this goes live, Chris, this isn't a lie yet. We're like 3 away. Shut your mouth. Oh yeah.
Chris
Stop fighting the manifestation.
Oh, shoot.
So by the time you actually see this in live, if you don't see 1,000 subscribers, maybe you should hit the subscribe button.
So I was misinformed. I'm going to tell you that right now. I was I misinterpreted what I was misinformed about. But anyway, if by the time you see this and you look at our podcast and look on our YouTube page and you see that we're not at 1,000, I expect you to go on there and make that happen and share it out to your friends, guys. Yep. We love you.
Yep.
It's great. We've been doing this for a little bit now, and it's really good to see people engaging. And I'm just for all our subscribers out there, guys, thank you very much. We appreciate you. We really do.
Yep.
We didn't think anybody would agree with us.
I knew people would. They're just
scared.
Definitely concerned. And they fall in the spectrum of harder to find nowadays, because I am starting to understand that we are living in a world where it's not okay to be a man. And I'm not trying to rattle some feathers or get over yourself. This isn't about you. I don't really care about you. The point is, it's really not.
This is Men's Mental Health Month too, by the way.
It needs to be.
Right?
Men across all platforms, across all races, financial backgrounds, everything, the suicide rate is higher than ever.
I think it is the leading cause of death for men. I forget the age, Chris, but maybe 17 to 45?
So,
something
just
like
to
that?
break this down,
I could be wrong.
You can look up some of this data.
Fact check me.
But heart attacks, most diseases, a lot of these things are more common in men. There's a reason for that. We carry more pressure, as we're supposed to. Mm-hmm. I enjoy that part of my life. I'm a provider.
Yeah.
I am a protector.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's the role we chose.
Peterson.
Yes.
The doctor.
Yes.
Talks about everybody needs to make sure it would be wise if you were a man that is dangerous but capable of being kind. Not a man who is kind and not capable of being dangerous.
Right. We don't need a world full of those.
And people take that in such the wrong way where they're like, oh, you just want to be dangerous. No. But I'm not someone to mess with.
Right.
I'm not looking for trouble. I also don't run from it. You mess with me, my friends, or my family, we have some things we're going to discuss. We'll see if it simplifies in that form. If it doesn't and it needs to take another turn, I'm okay with that. I'm not looking for it, but I'm not afraid of it.
I think this world is dangerously dangerous.
Yeah.
Because there's not any dangerous men out here.
Where would our skyscrapers be? Where would our bridges be? Where would all these things be if you didn't have these fearless men that were willing? And there are women out there that are perfectly capable. I am not discounting that.
I know lots of women who are
perfectly capable of that. But if you were to look at the data, much fewer numbers. And women that are capable and wanting actually have the drive to do that. I'm sure all women are capable if they really wanted to, but they don't want to. And I'm okay with that. You deserve to be protected. You're a mother. If I had a child, I would want to be the one that died so that my child still had a mother. I wouldn't want it the other way around. No. That figure is more important. I'm close with both my parents. My mom, me and her, tight.
Yeah.
You don't mess with my mom. We are best friends.
I already know.
She knows everything about me. We are tight. We talk constantly, almost daily. We'll go a few weeks and be like, what the heck happened? And, work gets in the way, things happen. And my mom's like, I miss you. And it's been like 2 weeks.
Oh, my.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how much we talk. And I love it that way.
I think we have took a drastic turn. Feminism has took a drastic turn. It's not about empowering women anymore. It's about hating men,
Yeah.
And, while men make up 50% of the population in America, we also we have 80% of the suicide. 80% of suicides are done by men.
I believe it's over 65% of the heart attacks. I don't remember the last time I heard about a woman that had a heart attack, to be honest with you. I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
Oh, wow.
I haven't heard about it.
Wow, that's like a baby dove. You've never seen one. Never seen one of those. Or a baby pigeon. I don't think they exist. I've seen lots of pigeons in my
gosh.
Anyway.
But anyways, go ahead.
I forgot where I was going, but I think the suicide rate happens with men a lot because we are maybe the old-fashioned men like us, right? And maybe you guys are with us, or maybe you're in this new era of men, and that's fine too. I don't discount you or dislike you. I do believe that this country, this world, needs a man's man, right? We are the ones who are on the front line. We are the ones who are building the skyscrapers in the sewer systems, and like you said, there are plenty of women who do this, and that's great too. Yeah. Like I got a woman, I follow a girl on my TikTok, and she's a welder, and she's out there, she's an iron worker, and she's welding on this huge ass, I don't know how far up in the air. And I'm just like, that's cool as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was just watching that show Dirty Hands where they have the competition between like union workers like firefighters and welders and pipe fitters and all these different like jobs that I'm telling you most people don't want to do.
Yeah.
And there were women on the show that do great, and it's awesome to see. And even they say they are rare in their trade. Because they understand it, and that is fine. That is not some sort of like women suck. That's not it. I want a woman that wants whatever she wants.
On the flip side of the coin, we need men.
Well, I have one, but you know what I mean,
right? We need men's men. We need a freaking man. We need these men in our society. But at the same time, we need women too. Yeah. We need women's women. Like mothers and coddle, and the family, the structure of the family and all that stuff. We need all that stuff too. And I see a world where I'm starting to see a world where neither one of those exist. And that's scary, right? I've learned over the years not to fear change, and times are changing and things are different. But to picture kids growing up without those two roles in their life as role models and as models for what they should be and what they shouldn't be, like that's a scary thought.
It's a very scary thought.
And the reason I believe the old school man growing up, like we grew up as, you hurt your leg, rub some dirt on it, walk it off. You're tough, tough it up, right?
I'll go to the hospital when it falls off, and now
it hurts your feelings.
That's turned into the new look. I am all for therapy. I have done lots of therapy. I am an active life coach. I partner with therapists. I am all about therapy. But don't tell me that because I just want to tough it out, that means I need therapy.
I'll do both. I'll tough it out and go to therapy.
I have a different relationship with pain. That's the reality of this. And that's what we are missing nowadays. Because I was listening to a podcast the other day and they were interviewing Phil Heath, who is 7-time Olympia champion. Mm-hmm. And he was asked, what do you think is your drive for, success in this? And I don't remember what Phil said, but I remember the response was, no, Phil, I disagree with you. I think that you have a different relationship with pain. And that resonated with me so much because, like, right now, work that I'm doing, it's tough. We got a lot going on. We're very, very busy. It's grueling. We're picking up heavy stone. We're getting a lot of stuff done. We're doing some crazy stuff. We're in these big homes and trying to help people make their homes beautiful. And we're doing all these things, and it hurts.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I go home, my feet are on fire, my back hurts. I wake up, I'm sore, and I'm just like, yes.
Physical pain.
My relationship with physical pain. But that layer of embodiment allows me to build my mental pain, my mental, you know what I mean? Like my ability to handle it starts with my head.
Your mental strength.
Like if my head wasn't in the right space, as soon as my body started acting up, I'd be out.
Well, your give up would be there.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's one of the leading causes of why suicide is 80% men.
Yeah.
And we make up 50% of the population.
We carry pressure that we're not allowed to have.
We get
Society says we're not allowed to have it.
We get no appreciation either. Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's a lot to do with, too, we are, and maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong, maybe whatever, but it's in us, right? It's from our parents, from our grandparents, my generation, that we work hard, right?
From the dawn of
time. We
work
hard. We get things. We provide. We provide safety. We provide shelter. We provide this. We provide that, and we build this life. And our goal as a man in a family is to make sure that our family does not want, or does not starve, or does not live in danger, or maybe. And our goal is to provide a home better than what we had.
Well, here's my...
But hold on.
Yeah.
But we get so driven on this fact that we want this, and this. We want this result out here. We want to be successful in that family, in our careers, in our businesses that we're starting, that we get there someday, right? And it's not what we...
It's not what's happening because we're allowing the outside world to dictate our level of success.
We do, right?
You're telling me that's not successful because now they're making assumptions. Like people see me, right? And this has happened to me at the gym years ago. I was dating somebody. I'm at the gym. We're kind of bickering because I don't even remember what happened. It was that silly. But I'm like, I'm going to go pee and cool off because I don't even know what we're arguing about. And as soon as I walk away, 2 other women walk over and check on her and ask if she's okay. Like, I'm going to beat her up.
Yeah.
What? Mm-hmm. You have no idea what it's like when we go home and what do you need, babe? Anything you want, babe. Yada, 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 yada. I'm there. I got your back. I'm anything you need. Blah, 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 blah. But as soon as I say something that seems a little huffy puffy.
Out of pocket. Yeah.
They don't even know the conversation. They visually saw it and they instantly go, are you okay?
Mm-hmm. Do you need help?
To me, that's disrespectful to her. Like, what, you're not capable of taking care of yourself?
What do you think?
You don't know how to make your own decisions?
I'm a doormat?
And that's the same way I feel about the way that, women, you are capable. No one ever said you aren't capable. You are more valuable to me as a man taken care of so that when I go, I know that everything I've left behind is good because you are more valuable than me, in my opinion. That is why I want to provide. That is why I will step in front of the bullet or I will get in front of whatever it takes to protect my wife. Like, that is why. It is not because she is less than me. It is because she is more than me. Gotcha. So I'm willing to put whatever I need to in front of her to make sure that
she's protected.
It lives on with her because she deserves that. And it gets so twisted as to now we just want to be in control. Or I don't even know what the argument is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does. I don't think anybody does. Even the people who are posing the arguments, I don't think they really know what they're, you see, I've watched TikToks a lot, and there'll be somebody, on the opposite side, but pretending they're not. They're like, why are you here? What's your message? And they're just like,
Listen, I know that a lot of this stems down to, and it seems really silly to me because they go to like professional sports, the men make more than the women do. And even in like the bodybuilding community, the men make more than the women do. Those people are paid as performers. So they are paid based on the audience they grab. So if you want the women to make more women, if you're listening to this and you want like women soccer players and women
go support them,
the WNBA, and you want all this to happen, then rally your troops, all the women, because there's a lot of you out there, and go watch the games and go drive money to them. And I guarantee they will see that value and they will get paid for it. That's the bottom line.
Well, when you got newscast and these news channels and the corporate media, right, telling people that women get paid less than men, and there's statistics.
It's not true in my house.
It's not true. Period. Right? It's not. Besides, when you group all of the jobs in America, and that means women's sports, that means this, that means. But if you go to corporate America, a job, you go to I can't even think of a job. You go to Amazon, right? You go to Amazon. No, ain't a woman in there making less because she's a woman.
For sure.
But there is. You go to sports. You go to women's basketball versus men's basketball. Yes, women make less, right? Because of nobody wants to watch it.
Money there.
Nobody wants to watch it.
Want us to pay them with hopes and dreams,
right? I mean, not nobody. People want to watch it, right? But the point is,
but it is based off of data. Like it's got to be backed by data.
It's all grouped together, and then the newscaster saying historically women are paid less, and it's simply not true. But you go to and a woman hears that, and they're like, "That's bullshit." You know what? I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not going to go down that hole because it just pisses people off, and it's just all I'm saying to people out there: if you're getting involved in a movement or a cause, know what the hell your cause is, know what your movement is, and do some research on that. Because when they tell you on the news that statistically women get paid less, it's a lie. Look at the data. It's a lie. It's not that. It's they grouped every job in America together and then seen that men make more. But that's in sports.
Well, when you fiscally consider the fact that there are more stay-at-home women than there are men, and you take the household into a case, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the man is making more because and stay home if that's what you want to do.
Please.
That is what your man. It is. It's funny because then we shun on the men that want to stay home when like stay-at-home dad is like made fun of by women, but you want to be empowered. I'm confused. I would be not totally.
You would love to stay home, wouldn't you?
I would get bored. Honestly, I would need something.
Your cabin would be put together by now.
Okay. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I got to fill my time. Like, I can't be down for more than 2 days. Our vacations, when they're more than 3 or 4 days, I'm like, look, can we go do something?
It's time to get back to work.
I'll work for someone else.
It's time to get back.
I'll work at the resort right now. Just let me clock in.
Well,
we're
that's
good.
just how we're built, and that's fine too. And I don't know, man. I think I'm starting to evaluate a lot of things in my life, and the chase is always something I've been proud of. Like I'm just built like I have to be chasing something at all times, and with the full knowledge of I'll never obtain it.
Yeah,
I'll never obtain what I want, and who knows what will happen in the future. You know what I mean? I'd love to retire and enjoy. Not going to happen, Bill. You know what I mean? Because I love building businesses. I love helping people build their businesses and acquire the things that they want. It's the greatest joy in my life.
Like, wait, when you say retire, like if you mean like I could
retire,
not have to wake up and go to work every day, but I would be doing something else.
Well, it's just
building the cabin or doing I would be doing something else because what I know is that when the body doesn't move, it rots away.
Work. That's what
So you've got to move. You don't have to overexert yourself, but get out there and do something. Mow the lawn. Build something.
When you love your job, and when you're like me and you have your own businesses, right, and you love your jobs, nothing really seems like work.
No,
it's just what
life.
I do now.
Yeah.
It's just what I do.
Yeah.
You know, and
feels weird when you're not doing it.
And people, it does. And people talk to me all the time like, man, you know, you got to, I'm like, no, I mean, this is what I do, you know? Yep. And trust me, I get lax time. I do. Sometimes I'll take a whole weekend and not even,
absolutely.
I may stay in bed all weekend and watch Netflix. You know what I mean?
I tried that last weekend. I told my wife, because work's been crazy, I'm like, I'm going to go to work on Saturday. I'm going to get some stuff done. And Sunday, I'm having a lazy day. She went out with her mom to go take care of some stuff, and she was like, how's your lazy day going? And I was like, well, I've done the laundry. I went ahead and fixed this. I took care of that. Vacuumed the house.
You can't do it.
So much for relaxing. I'm like, relaxing is one thing. Lazy is another. I'm relaxed. I'm not trying to get it all done in an hour.
You can't be lazy?
No.
You can't be lazy.
I can. It takes a lot.
Yeah. It's some effort.
It just feels so like I've just wasted so much of that time. Like, if I'm going to be lazy where I don't want to move, then I'm watching YouTube and learning something, or I'm listening to an audiobook. There are times when I binge watch, but that'll only last for a couple hours before I got to get into something. Like, I got to feed my brain.
Yeah.
Ever since I started feeding this machine up here that I call my brain, that has been able to unlock so many amazing things, that's how my addiction manifests in my life. I'm now addicted to just learning everything. I am fascinated by people, the way they act. I had a coworker that was going through some stuff, and we just sat down, and I was like, I know you don't know me that well because you just started there, and we sat down for 20 minutes, and we just got to know each other.
Shut the shit.
Yeah, just feed it to me, man. I want to hear your side of life. Tell me what's going on. And he looked at me at the end of it, and he said, you know, there's never been a boss. I said, don't call me that. I understand my title, but I don't like that. Like, you've never had a coworker sit down with you like this? He was like, maybe a few, but definitely nobody in authority. That cared enough to sit down with me. And I was like, well, you're just like me, man. My title here doesn't make me better than you. In reality, as a manager, and I want all you managers out there to listen, that doesn't mean you now have people working for you. That means that you now work for more people. That is the job of a manager.
That is 100% a fact. Like, you know, being a business owner, that's one thing I learned is they don't work for me. I work for them.
Absolutely.
You know, and real leaders don't build followers. We build leaders. And that's been my motto ever since day one, you know. All I can sit here and think about, though, is how blessed, you know, we are. You know what I mean? How blessed we are. I mean, and it all started with the foundation of getting sober. You know what I mean? Like, everything in my life is due to the fact that I made a decision one day, and I followed that decision with an extreme amount of action. You know, I took that obsessive compulsive and that addiction. It's wired the same. It's wired the same as me sticking a needle in my arm. It's wired exactly the same as what I do and what I do in my everyday life. And the promises that we talk about in the program are, how you say, you know, they come obligatory. They're just happening, man. And all I'm doing is stepping through the next door. We talked about my trips. We was going to talk about my trips, you know, and being able to hop on my motorcycle and ride 2,800 miles to New Hampshire, and you know it's 1,000 miles.
I didn't know you did that, but yeah, okay,
yeah,
okay.
It's 1,000 miles to New Hampshire, the Laconia Bike Week, and it's 1,000 miles back. But we stopped at Niagara Falls.
Okay,
you know, and it's just, man, that's all. You know, and I'm, you know, and nothing is more freedom, more freeing, more just. I'm just never at more peace than when I'm on the back. When I'm on the back, Jesus.
Happiness.
I've never been on the back of a motorcycle.
Happiness is an emotional response to an instant gratification. Joy is a state of mind,
and that's joy for me.
It's pure joy. And if you haven't experienced this,
I never.
This isn't rocket science. We are simply putting one foot in front of the other. We're not battling demons that don't exist. We're taking life as life comes, and our perspective allows us to see good in all of it. Good, even when it sucks.
And
because it has to sometimes.
Don't get me wrong, man. Recovery doesn't stop things from sucking. There's so much sucking going on.
Your addiction doesn't go away. You just is your addiction serving you today, or is it hurting you today?
Yeah.
It's there no matter what you do. How you choose to use it is completely up to you, because you're going to be addicted to something. Mine became me. Fitness, work, growth, life coaching. I just started replacing all those things because I noticed boredom steps in, and I'm like, well, shit, when I was high, this didn't seem so boring.
Idle hand, right?
Yeah.
And idle hand is the devil's plates for you. And in addiction, it's the same. We talk about complacency a lot in recovery, and how, getting complacent is a very, it's a slippery slope, right? And that's one thing I can't get complacent, man. And I do. It ebbs and flows with everything in my life, right? Yeah. My recovery will go strong, and then it will ebb and flow. And then my intrusive thoughts will go this way. I still suffer from addiction. I still struggle with addiction.
1,000%.
I just haven't picked up a drink or a drug yet. And it's been almost 9 years. But
I love that, and I want for the people that didn't catch it. I'm so sorry to cut you off, but he still says yet, because he's still aware of the reality of the possibility. So he's not acting like, even though 9 years strong, he still uses the word yet as a reminder, unconsciously, in my opinion. I think that's just wired into you at that point.
It is.
Because statistically speaking, in reality, you should be perfectly fine. You're 9 years, you've built something great. You should be so
Cured.
addicted to, you should be cured in reality. You're very aware of the fact that it is never over in reality, of making sure it becomes a problem when you stop thinking that it's a problem.
Oh my God. I have the only disease that tells me I don't have a disease.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm fully aware, and this is through experience. And this is my own personal experience. Yep. And then being able to be blessed with the fact that I work with thousands of people throughout the years, right? And seeing where they mess up. And that's the importance of having peer groups. And I don't care if it's addiction, I don't care if it's alcoholism, I don't care if it's anger management, I don't care if it's whatever kind of addiction, right? We need peers.
Yeah.
We need to see what other people are doing and what they're not doing, and where they're failing and where they're succeeding. And that's how we get our mind going. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
We need to, more importantly, we need to have people hold us accountable to the things that we're doing. I don't know how many times you've punched me in the face metaphorically with some truth that I didn't want to hear. Yeah. And
likewise. And that's what we do for each other. And we have a mutual respect and understanding that we know where it comes from.
Yeah.
So you throw ego out the window. I went through something recently, and I was talking to my wife last night about I was getting frustrated with someone, and I said, I know it's my ego. Like, I know it is.
It doesn't help, though, does it?
Because coming into my world, when you talk to me like that, you got punched in the face, but I don't live in that world anymore. But it's still there.
To say there's a split
when you're there for that much of your life, it's not just going to go away.
Right.
There's going to be something that can trigger it. Yeah. But that's the difference, is I've spent so much time with myself, focused on myself, worrying about myself. My wife is still living a great life. So when I preach again about the selfishness, that is not a bad thing.
Oh,
I focus so much on me.
You've made me.
Everybody around me wins.
You made me realize that a lot, man. In our last few podcasts, I learn a lot from these podcasts.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely. I love it,
and I hope you guys are too. Yes. And if you are, please tell us. Right down there in the comments. But it is not only not okay or not bad to be selfish. It's important.
It's very important.
And I never put the two dots together, but when I first got into recovery, I said, Marty, it's time to be selfish. I said, well, you told me that selfish and self-centered was the root cause of all my problems. Right. And they're like, yeah, but it's time to push all that shit away.
Yep.
You need to push your kids away. You need to push your wife away, your girlfriends away. You need to push the job and career and all these things you claim to have going on. You need to push all that away and focus on you.
Yep.
And look into you. Look into the inside of what's
1,000%.
going on with you here and here.
Yep.
And then that kind of disappeared until we talked about it a few weeks ago. When you were talking about it, I was like, man, that's so important. Like, and we talked about the cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. We talked about the oxygen mask on an airplane.
Right.
Like, there's a reason they say put your oxygen mask on first.
Right.
Because you cannot help nobody if you can't freaking breathe.
Yep.
you know, and that's a metaphor. You can't freaking breathe. You're not going to be able to help nobody.
Right.
And we need to breathe.
Yes.
And, you know,
serving someone is the greatest joy in the world. Mm-hmm. When someone needs something from me and I am so full that it doesn't even affect me,
just let it go. Right?
I'm just like, here,
take it.
I got you. I'll be right there. I got spare time right now. You want to know why? Because I took care of all of me already. Right. So I've got spare time. And then I do it and I expect nothing in return, because the only time somebody expects something in return is when they've given up too much.
And it's sacrifice.
And now it's considered sacrifice.
Yeah.
And now you have an expectation that comes with that sacrifice. And that is not fair to the person that asked.
Mm-hmm. How true is that, man?
It's just, I mean, we overcomplicate so many things.
How true is that?
It's just nuts to me. And I loved watching. I didn't realize you were doing it on a bike. I loved watching what was going on with the reason our podcast was pushed on into 0.6 and 0.7 was because he had important stuff to take care of.
Yeah, man.
And so he reached out, and me and Chris got together and we talked about different things, as you should.
I was filling my cup.
And we still function just fine, and we still got things done. Chris stepped up, and we had some editing done, and he smashed it out. And
if you guys haven't seen the last 2 weeks, the last couple of episodes, go check them out. They're really good. They're really good.
They're just, that's the fun part, though.
Yeah.
Is we are so full in here that when that happened, it's not like, oh man, F you, Marty, I can't believe you're messing stuff up. It's like, dude, do your thing. We got it. We're good because we're all full in here. And Chris, I'm giving you a huge shout out.
Chris Cobb, everyone.
The day that I met you, I had concerns.
I think everybody said that.
I'm going to shoot it to you straight, bro. I was like, I hope he makes it. I would love to see him be a part of this. And
Chris has been pulling his
I just want Chris to get credit because you guys don't get to see him. You don't get to hear him. He is a vital backbone to this podcast success. He does all of the crap that we do not want to do. Well, that's just the truth.
Well, not only do we not want to do, we can't do. Chris
right. This is very true also.
Chris's mind
it's a capacity and a capability. And I don't want that to go unnoticed because, man, not only have you stepped up, not only have you helped drive this bus, but you have grown, and I have watched it, and it is a joy for me to watch you grow, my friend. So kudos to you. Keep doing what you're doing, and the sky is the limit. And if you guys notice it in the comment below, thank Chris for us. Just give him a shout out. Say, thanks, dude. We appreciate you because I don't want it to be just about us. There's more to this than us. We are the face. He's definitely the really entertaining one. I'm the psychological weirdo, and we make it work.
Psychosynetics.
Cybernetics, but...
See what I mean? I'm the funny face.
But I wanted to make sure that I don't think we say it enough, dude. You have seriously grown, and it is so cool to watch.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And I am so excited for what the future has for all of us, especially you. Thank you from me to you for sure.
I've been working with Chris for quite a few years now, and trust me when I say that Chris has a way of getting under my skin and making me. I mean, I got so mad. One time we did a live show where we what's the word called? What? Yeah, when we waxed his chest.
Oh my gosh.
Chris, now if you don't know, Chris has got a pretty furry chest, and he made me so mad that we dared him, and we did it. And and he raised $1,000.
See, look at him. He's literally willing to give you the shirt off his back and the hair off his chest.
Hair off his chest. Hey, that was a great show, by the way.
Yes.
It was awesome.
And we will do that again. And guys, the cold plunge is coming soon as he stops being scared.
Next week. Okay. I believe it can be next week, guys.
Okay.
Maybe. I got a lot going on.
If not, I'll sit here the whole time while he's still scared.
Do you think we can really pull off 30 minutes in this thing? Ice bath?
Temperature wise, we'd have to watch it. You can go hypothermic.
I think I will. I think I'll die, guys. Hey, if you want to watch me die live, check out that show that we're getting ready to do.
Just so everybody's aware, the way to do an ice bath and we'll with this.
I thought it was like 3 or 4 minutes.
You should start off with 3 or 4 minutes.
I'm going to die.
And then you can build your way up to safely, depending on the temperature, about 10 minutes. But don't push yourself just for fun. If you start to notice some of the signs, so do some research.
Like
Like I start off, and I still do cold showers. Like it's just a cold shower. It can only get so cold. It is not going to kill me, no matter what I do. It is not going to do anything. I could stand in there all day long, and I would just be irritated at that point. But
you might go to a different realm at that point.
The ice itself can drop you into dangerous waters.
See what you did there. All right, guys, stay tuned. Please send this over to your friends. Share this to your Facebook. Yes. Share this to your TikToks. Take some clips. I don't care, guys. Let's get it out there.
And comment what you want to hear about. We read the comments. I want to know what else you would like to hear us talk about. Tell us what's going on in your life.
Tell us that we're idiots. I still want to have special
guests. Like I want to fly a random fan out here and let's get into it.
Yeah, we can do that.
I want to fly a random hater out here. It might not be here, but it'll be somewhere in the area.
Yeah, it might not go to my house on that one.
So it'll be somewhere, but I'm down to have conversations. I'm not afraid of conversation. That is what built this country, this world. It started with people willing to have conversations that were awkward and interesting and push people to be better.
And disagree.
Yes.
And be okay with that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And be complete polar opposites on the spectrum. You know, and that's hard. It is hard sometimes when you know something in your heart to be a fact, and then you deal with somebody who believes the total opposite. You know, that's a difficult conversation.
And you have to put in the perspective that they feel the exact same way about their situation as you do about yours, and you're trying to stay there. Mm-hmm. It's difficult.
It is.
And I love it.
Let's challenge ourselves,
guys.
I love it. We love you. We'll see you next week.